Hello, I'm Monica Poole and I'm here at SewEasy and I'm going to show you some fantastic new products. First on the list is my personal favourite, Wash Away Quilters tape. Now this is basically a double-sided transparent adhesive tape, and you would use it in place of pins where you would like to hold your pieces together and you'd like a nice flat surface before sewing. And as the name suggests, once you've sewn it, it does wash away. So now I'm just going to show you a couple of different uses for using the Wash Away Quilters tape. So there are many uses for Wash Away Quilters tape, such as holding delicate trims in place before stitching. You can hold your binding in place, or it's also very good for hemming. So just to show you quite simply how it works, one side of the tape is a little bit tacky, so you would just take a piece like this to the length that you require and just cut that off. Now what I'm going to do here is just a very simple double folded hem. So I've folded one end in just a little bit like that and pressed it, and then up again like that. And just to hold that in place, I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to just lay that along my first folded edge like that. Just smooth that in place, and then just peel away the paper backing, and you can see that just leaves that little bit of tacky tape there. And then it's just a matter of folding that over like that and smoothing that down, and you can see that that is held together, ready to stitch. Now it won't glue up your needle, so you don't have to worry about getting any gum or residue on your needle. And as I mentioned before, after you've stitched that and you washed, the tape will wash away. Now another thing that I like to use the Quilters tape for is applying zippers. So I've got a lovely cushion here, and if I just show you on the back here, I've just got a very simple zipper application in the center of this cushion here. So I'm going to show you just how easy that is to do. So to do that, basically, here's your piece of fabric here. Now what I've done is, if you want your zipper to go into the center of your cushion, measure the size of your cushion and then divide it by 2. Add a 2.5 centimeter seam allowance onto it. Now what I've done is, just to neaten the edge, first of all I've folded half a centimeter over, I've pressed it, and then I've hemmed that edge there. I've done that to both sides, and then I've taken my 2 pieces of the cushion back and I've put them right sides together like that. There's my 2 sides together there. Now the next thing is to work out determine your zipper size. So with this one here, I'm just making sure that my zipper is going to be 5 centimeters shorter than the top and 5 centimeters shorter than the bottom there. So when you go to sew your back seam, what you would do is, so your seam allowance now is going to be 2 centimeters. So from the top, sew down to 5 centimeters just with the normal stitch length, and just do a little reverse stitch there to secure. And then with the other edge here, start 5 centimeters up from the bottom edge there, little reverse stitch to begin with, and reverse stitch to secure there. Then what you would do is change your stitch length to a length of 5. So we want quite a large stitch length, and this is just going to be a basting stitch where we're going to stitch in between the 2 rows that we've already done. We're just going to stitch down there. Don't do any reversing to begin or end with that particular row, because as I said, that's just a basting stitch which is actually going to come out once we've sewn the zipper in. Now from there, what you would do is open out your cushion back and press that seam open. Now the next step is to turn your piece over to the front, and we're going to mark onto your fabric onto the right side, so just using a blue wash away marker pen there. So this is a line which is 5 millimeters or half a centimeter away from my seam. So there's my seam down on one side, and then marking the same amount, so you're half a centimeter down on the other side. Now this mark here, that is the 5 centimeters away from the edge across there, and 5 centimeters away from the bottom edge across there like that. Now that's just to prepare. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our zipper, which is this one here, and we're going to then put that in place, and that's going to be held in place using the wash away tape. So I'm just going to take a piece like that, so about the same length as the zipper. I'm going to cut that piece there, and then I'm going to just run that along, just along the very edge of the zipper. And you can see that that's going to stay in place there. Just smooth that along the edge. Then I'm going to take another piece for the other side, Once again, cut it to the right length, and I'm going to run that down the other side of the zipper tape. Just holding that in place like that. So smooth that over. Then I'm going to remove the paper backing from one side, and then I'm going to remove the paper backing from the other side like that. And then I'm going to take the zipper and just double checking where my 5 cm mark is. So it's there, I'll just remark that again, and there's my other one there, so I know where to start and finish the zipper. So just starting from the bottom edge there, I'm going to line that little metal piece up there on that line, and I'm just centering the zipper over the top of the seam. So directly lining up the zipper teeth with the actual seam. Now this little part of the zipper pull, tuck that down like that, and then bring those two ends in together like that. So see how I'm holding those two ends in together. So just smooth that over. Now that zipper is now held in place, ready to sew. So what you're going to do now is you're going to fold it over to the right side like that, and with your sewing machine, have your needle positioned on the right hand side of the foot using a zipper foot. Now that's just going to allow you to be able to sew against the edge of the zipper. We're going to start just down the bottom here like this, and we're going to stitch up, and we're going to go across, and we're going to go down and back down the other side there. Now one thing just to keep in mind, what you might need to do is, if that's your little metal piece of your zipper, when you come down, just go a little bit further past your mark line and cross, and then back up, and up here maybe if you need to come a little bit up higher again and back down again. Now just to show you what that's going to end up looking like, here's my finished one here. So you can see there's my zipper on the back, and just so that it shows up nicely, I've just used a black thread there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my SewEasy seam ripper, and I'm going to just unpick that center stitching line. So that was our tacking line, just like that. Okay, and then you can come back and just pull all those threads out of there so it's nice and neat, but you can see there's a very easy way to apply a zipper for a cushion back. So now to finish off, if you already had your cushion front already completed, it would just be a matter of putting your cushion front and cushion back right sides together, stitching around the edge, and then all you have to do is just undo your zipper so that you can turn the cushion through to the right side. So that is a very, very easy way to use the wash away quilters tape.